Hello everyone, this is John Johnson and I want to congratulate you on reaching the last week of the course. This has been an interesting journey and I'm sure that you've gained many insights along the way. A couple of things I want to point out for you now that you're down the road a little bit from week one. I think you're going to be able to look back and gain some insights on what you've done and on the learning that you've experienced. There are a couple of areas of learning I will have expected you to understand. And I think one is all of you now understand the process by which a project like you've done can be produced. Going through this process is a great learning experience, and that's true whether you did a business plan, that's true whether you did an organizational problem, or whether you wrote an article, or experienced a China trip, which is also a fascinating option. So whatever you did, wherever you were on this journey of learning and discovery over the last few weeks, I know that you've gained a lot of insights about the process of doing this, and there's going to be an opportunity for you to share those this week in the discussion board, and I hope you'll take full advantage of that. I hope also that you'll take some time just to reflect on that as you write in the discussion board. And that is frankly one reason we have you share in the discussion board. It gives you an opportunity to reflect and articulate some of the lessons that you've learned from the process. Learning from the process is important. It's important for a couple of reasons. One, this is a process you may want to replicate. For example, if you have solved an organizational problem, you may want to do that again. There might be another problem in your organization that you'll be called upon to solve. And it's very possible that you'll need to take the same process, go about it the same way, and produce results in that way. And I'm sure those that you answer to will be very grateful to see your problem-solving capacity increased in this way. If you've written an article, you may want to write another article again. And again, you understand how that's done. You understand the process and that journey. And the same with the business plan development. When I started my first business, I discovered a few years later that it wouldn't be my last one. And sometimes being an entrepreneur is something that you get started with and you just want to keep going and start other businesses. And you learn from that process, you learn some of the things that you need to be successful. So I'm very glad you've had the opportunity to go through this process. And I do hope that you'll learn some lessons from the process itself. The other thing I want to talk about are the results of your study. Whatever kind of study you did, you have results. So if you focused on an organizational problem, you would have some data by this point that illuminates that problem. And I want to encourage you to pursue that, to continue to pursue the projects after you finish the course. For example, maybe you can become an expert in how to solve that organizational problem. Maybe then you'll get called into other organizations and other places that need to have that problem solved, and you'll be able to help them address that issue. And there are people that have written business projects for their master's degree, and they ended up being paid highly as consultants to replicate that around the country. The same if you've written an article. You know, you may want to continue studying in that area. You may want to continue collecting data in that area, continue learning and growing. If you co-authored with someone else, you may want to continue that partnership. So think about ways to continue that. And also, if you've written a business plan, you may want to get some expert input on that. You want to be very careful when starting a business, especially if you're investing money. And writing a successful business plan for this course, it does not mean that we know that plan will be a success in real life. Unfortunately, there's so many factors that go into that, and so we can't really predict. You can write a great business plan, and that doesn't always mean it's a blueprint of a successful business, unfortunately. But get some more expert input on that, and if you plan to start that business, be sure you do your homework after the course. But you get an idea, I think, of the kind of research that you need to do, and I think that's great. So you have that in mind. So in conclusion, I want to congratulate you all again on wrapping the course up. It's been a great journey we've had together, and if I can support you at all in these closing days of the course, please do let me know. Take care now. We'll be in touch.